Today we are going through this book here, How to Break Up with Fast Fashion, a guilt-free guide to changing the way you shop for good. I first found this book in 2021 in an op shop, funnily enough. Now, I actually found it at a similar time to when I was doing a lot of my preliminary work in preparing to launch this channel. So I can honestly say that the contents of this book are really an intrinsic part of the DNA of my brand. A lot of the ideas that she puts forward in this book were thoughts that I already had, but of course she articulated them so much better than I could, and it's laugh out loud funny. She actually uses a lot of relationship references like a breakup, and so it's just hilarious. I really did laugh a lot when I was reading this book. But then, as any skilled writer, she makes a lot of poignant remarks as well. And she's really done a wonderful job of just bringing us all the information and telling us just what exactly the industry is like. So this book contains 3 sections. Part 1 is the fight. Then part 2 is the split. Then part 3 is the rebound. So I'm going to go through it over the next 5 weeks. Part 1, the fight, I'll do today. And then part 2, the split, I will do over the next 2 weeks. And then part 3, the rebound, I'll do over the following 2 weeks. I really just want to do this book justice, and I just felt like I needed a little bit more time in each video to be able to go through each of the points. So in today's video, I'm going to be wearing items that are from fast fashion retailers. With every chapter in the book, I'll have a change of outfit. In the next week and the following week for the split, I'm going to be wearing items of clothing from really high-end designers and also those clothes that I've had for a very long time. And then for part 3, the rebound, I'm going to be wearing clothes that were pre-loved when they came to me, either from op shops, vintage or consignment stores. And I just thought that by splitting out, it meant that every video wouldn't be too long, and then I could also go into more depth in each section. So I'm really looking forward to this. Let's get started. The Rana Plaza collapse on the 24th of April 2013 that killed 1,138 garment workers and injuring 2,500 more. It marked the darkest day the industry had ever seen. It shone a light on the true cost of our clothes. Shopping for clothes has become the norm. Retail therapy is a real thing. People have developed shopping addictions, and the fashion treadmill is relentless. The release of new fashion pieces maintains a relentless pace. The marketplace is flooded with a huge quantity of low-quality fashion items. Starting in post-World War II, the Bieber mail order offered affordable clothing to women. A lot of the clothing that was once coveted was now attainable. It ushered in the democratization of style. Through this oversupply of underpriced garments, their inevitable destination was landfill. Sweatshops, child labour, underpaid workers, unsafe working conditions, low or non-existent levels of unionisation, use of toxic chemicals that damage water supply both upstream and downstream. It's all a form of modern slavery. When I'm in the retail environment or on the retail website, I am not thinking about all of the above. And the retailer's not going to tell me. I have to remind myself. Once I have that front of mind, I can alter my spending habits. This book was written pre-COVID and the associated global pandemic that followed. The whole situation is probably worse now. There is a strong correlation between the business of fast fashion and the climate crisis. Use of toxic chemicals to dye the fabric, for example, in viscose production, even though the fibre itself is plant-based, they have to actually use very toxic chemicals to dye the fabric and to make it workable. A perfect storm of mechanisation, mass production, shorter trend cycles, and affordable clothing has all resulted in too much choice. To the average consumer, these factors have democratised fashion. The working and middle class can dress the same as the rich. However, it is the lowest paid garment workers who suffer. But spending more is not the answer. Even top-end designers are exploiting their garment workers and cutting corners. I suggest you do your research on brands that you support, petition them to do better, hold them to account, and ultimately remember that every day we vote with our wallets. The Fashion Transparency Index, which I will link below, actually gives you some vital information about how the brands are going. There's also the Good On You directory, and I've also listed that below. So have a look at both of those and then just use some criteria to hold your favorite brands to account and make sure that they are actually complying with social, environmental, and economic standards. When you have far too many pieces purchased at random, it's harder to make good outfit choices. This overabundance has led to decision fatigue. People have declared themselves as addicted to fashion, and shopping has become a hobby. If we step back, organise and declutter our wardrobes, then move forward with a strategic approach, we can develop a signature style. Make it intentional and go cold turkey for at least 6 weeks, then gradually reintroduce and normalise shopping back into your life. Detoxing and making a conscious choice to step off the fast fashion treadmill can be liberating. There's more time in your day, more money in your wallet, more space in your wardrobe. There is a mathematical formula. Fewer fast fashion pieces equals fewer dressing meltdowns. The internet has enabled us to shop anywhere and anytime. Shopping is no longer intentional or restricted to physical retail locations and opening hours. We live in closer proximity to our style heroes. Social media audiences want that exact item and demand it be linked and available when they get to the site. Affiliate links reward the influencer for sending customers there too. I love the hashtag OOOTD, old outfit of the day, as a way to promote re-wearing clothes like real people do. I think I'm going to adopt that, and that's going to become a new thing of mine. Fashion can be powerful in giving us confidence and a sense of armour against the ravages of life. But fast fashion can undermine our confidence by the comparison game. The advertising machinations of the fashion industry preys on our deficiencies and insecurities. If only we could peel back the layers and take back our own power. The acid test in all of this is men's fashion. They have longer trend cycles, less retail floor space, less range, as well as using higher quality fabrics and construction. So there you go. There is chapter 1, the fight with fast fashion. And I hope that you got a little bit of a glimpse into the information that Lauren Bravo presented. And I would love to stand here and say that it was the injustice and the social inequality and the information about sweatshops and child labour that she presented that actually made me think, oh, I need to actually rethink my spending habits. But it wasn't. To be honest, it was the constantly going into shops and coming out empty-handed. I would go into shops and spend an hour in there trying things on and then come out empty-handed. And I was so disappointed in what was on offer. And I've now developed this ban on polyester. I just don't like the feel of it. And when I'm in store and I can actually feel it, I know that it's not nice. Whereas when I'm looking on a website, you can't tell by the look because it looks so good. So now I've just found just stopping polyester, and that has actually been a really good way for me to make sure that I'm going up a level. Having a quality standard of that I don't like polyester, viscose elastane, and that automatically just puts me into a higher price bracket. And so it does mean that I have shopped less with fast fashion. And I don't like having to replace my clothes too often. I like higher quality clothes and I want them to last. And I really want to be behind a movement that promotes and encourages re-wearing your old clothes. I love that triple OTD, old outfit of the day. And that is definitely something that I want to have as part of my DNA and part of my brand DNA moving forward. I really am so thankful to Lauren Bravo for everything that she did in writing this book and all of the information she has put forward. I feel like I owe her a great deal. And as a result of reading this book, I have had my eyes opened and I have contributed and participated in fast fashion less and less. I can't say that I no longer buy fast fashion, but it is less than a third of my wardrobe, I would say. It's probably more like about a quarter. And I would like to just reduce it. So I look forward to seeing you next week. We're going to be talking about the split. And once again, it's hilarious because she talks about it in terms of a relationship breakdown. So I really look forward to seeing you then. And I can assure you it will be classic, elegant, and fun.